Hello there. Guess what I've been doing for the past week? Yeah, I bought it. I bought the new Sims 3 and I absolutely love it. First off, because look, you've got PC and Mac. PC and Mac, it's universal, which is just brilliant. So no longer, these people like doing just solely one particular computer type. So I'm really happy about that. So that's good. Anyway, so Sims 3, a must buy I think for any sort of simmy type kind of game player because it's absolutely amazing. So enough about that. I'll talk about that in another video because I might do a review on that. So what else have I been doing since I last posted my videos? Well, I'm still on YouTube, so I'm looking and sort of seeing everyone else's videos. But I have been engrossed in The Host by Stephenie Meyer. And I'm over halfway now, so when I finish this I'm probably going to do a full review. But so far in this book, so if you don't want to know what's happening in the book, do not watch the video anymore. Stop now. Anyway, so in the book, you've basically got an alien. She wakes up in her new host body on Earth. Quickly finds out that the host that she's got is quite defiant and isn't going to fade into the darkness and disappear. In fact, Melanie is quite alive and just basically will not give up her hope. In the book, she is a girl that is in her early 20s and she's been on the run away from the aliens called the Souls for a few years now, and she's met up with a guy who ends up being her lover called Jared, and her little brother called Jamie is with her as well, and they are all together and they're obviously trying to stay away from and get caught and changed and get little hosts put inside them. So basically what happens is she goes off on an errand to find her cousin because she believes that she is okay, and she's sort of in the cities amongst these aliens and she wants to go and find her. But what she doesn't bargain on is that she gets caught. She tries to commit suicide, and she falls off a big lift, into the shaft. But she doesn't die. She gets healed by the healers of the alien culture, and she gets put a soul into her, and the soul's name is Wanderer. And she obviously quickly finds out that she is not alone in her head, and she quickly realises that there's both her and Melanie in the same body, and neither is going to give up. Eventually, Wanderer finds it really difficult to sort of live, and she has to go for what we would call counselling. And she has this woman called a Seeker who is assigned to her because they want to find out where Jared is and Jamie is. So Melanie and Wanderer are getting really annoyed by this because she's always there, and eventually what she does is she plans a trip away to get away. So when she goes away, she finds that she's in an away station in the middle of nowhere by a desert, and it jogs Melanie's memories. And what happens is Melanie kind of influences Wanda into going to find Jamie and Jared at this place where her uncle Jeb is, which she does, but without peril. She loses all the water she gathered. She is really sort of hungry. She's almost at death's door, but right at the last moment she finds that someone's there, and it's actually Jeb, her uncle. So the rest of the story at the moment is her struggle to be accepted into this little society of humans in this cave that Jeb has created and outfitted into basically living quarters and now a hiding place for humans that aren't actually possessed by aliens. But it quickly becomes apparent that to them all, and mostly Jeb first, that Wanderer isn't what she seems. She's not just an alien, she actually is Melanie as well. And she quickly gets a few friends, and where I've got at the moment is her boyfriend, Melanie's boyfriend Jared has finally properly succumbed to the idea, and he realises and knows that she's not lying, and that Melanie is there and very much alive and very much still loves him, and he tells her to tell Melanie that he loves her too. But on the other hand, you've also got another character called Ian, who at first hated Wanderer, but quickly realised that she wasn't a harm. She's very different to Melanie. Melanie, on the other hand, is very survival instincts. You know, whatever it takes to survive, she will do, even if it's death. She will take that risk, and you know. Whereas Wanderer isn't like that at all. She's actually very. She just can't. She's not a violent person. She's very reserved. She just doesn't like anything like that. It's very alien to her to have those feelings, because there's no hate in her society. So it comes to a surprise to her at this point in the book, where Ian is about to, I presume, confess. Well, he does like Wanderer. He's getting to like her. So there's a love triangle going on now. I thought the love triangle, when I read up about the book, was the fact that you got Melanie and Wanderer both fancying and obviously in love with Jared. But it's turning out not just that, you've also got Ian, on the other hand, who fancies and likes Wanderer, the person inside the body. But obviously there's the issue that it's actually Melanie as well in there, and Melanie loves Jared. So that's where it is at the moment. It's very good. I mean, I've read probably like centimetres worth of book in the last 2 days, literally, well, the last day. I mean, I'm absolutely enthralled in this. It's amazing. So I'll be disappointed actually when I finish this book, I think, if it remains being good, because I'm actually really thinking that Stephenie Meyer is my favourite author of all time at the moment, because, well, I find her so easy to read, really easy to read. It's amazing. So anyone who hasn't read it yet and who thinks that they might think about reading it, read The Host. Ignore all of the people who say that what they say about Stephenie Meyer, because I personally think that Stephenie is a very good writer. The fact that she writes simple is great for me. As a dyslexic person, I find it so easy to read these books that I can actually steam through them, and normally I don't steam through books. It takes me forever, months in fact, to read a book. So to be able to read a book more or less in 2 to 3 weeks for me, if that, is, it's unfounded. It dumbfounds me, to be honest. So anyway, definitely go out and read this book. It's brilliant.